It took 5 days for the Australians to reach the small but important town of Bet Shean. This is where the plain of Jezreel meets the Jordan Valley, and from here the 4th and 5th Brigades were to push north up the Jordan to Galilee. Through the night they made their way along the railway line under orders to take the strategic station at To Semakh, right on the southern tip of the Sea of Galilee. Right here is where the 4th Brigade, the 12th and 11th Regiments paused, and they were waiting for the 5th Brigade to come up to help them. But then they made the decision, no, we're going to go and take To Semakh right now, and that's what they did. Here at the southern tip of the Sea of Galilee, you have to look hard amongst the trees to find these old buildings. These are what remain of To Semakh railway station. Now this way is dead south to the Jordan River. The guys came up this way. The 12th Regiment came off this side and attacked the station from this side. The 11th Regiment went down that side to the old village. Now each of these buildings were filled with German machine gunners. This was a significant post, and the commander had been told it must be held to the last man. This is the water tower, and there was an engine shed here. No doubt there were machine gunners in it. The 12th Regiment came from this direction, and you can notice what looks like drill holes inside the concrete here. I have no doubt that they're the bullet holes from where our 12th Regiment came in this direction. All the holes point in this direction, and if you go around the back, there's virtually no holes. So I have no doubts this is what remains of the 12th Regiment's attack on To Semakh Station. You know, of all the places that the guys fought during the Great Ride, this really was the worst, I guess you would say. The most bitter fighting took place here. The guys, when they finally got through all the withering machine gun fire and made it all the way to this building, apparently they had to finally get inside. Now you're talking about numbers and numbers of Germans. The only way they could get them out was to go from room to room to room with the bayonet and with their guns. It was bitter fighting. The figures are 16 Australians died right here at To Semakh. Scores of others were wounded. They lost something like 63 horses. This was really the scene of something terrible. It was the 11th Regiment mainly from Queensland. Now I don't know, but I stand here looking at these buildings. The signs say that they're to be preserved. They're not going to get pulled down. As an Aussie, I'd love to see a memorial or something put here. Scores of Australians visit the Sea of Galilee. Where I'm looking right now is the Sea of Galilee. Wouldn't it be wonderful if Australians could come and pay tribute and remember our soldiers and the great work they did in Israel right here at To Semakh Station? Okay, we're at one of those places again. We're on top of a mountain. If you look just around about here, you can see the Sea of Galilee. This is the bottom of the Sea of Galilee where the Jordan River flows out down that direction all the way to Jericho and the Dead Sea. Standing where I am now, looking in that direction, I'm looking at these massive mountains that are in Jordan. The valley underneath here is the border. It's called the Yarmouk Valley. It's really like an enormous gorge. And we snuck our little cameras out before and took some quick pictures of the old railway bridges that still exist in the valley. Now this is where the railway connected Jordan, connected the Hejaz railway into, from here you would travel all the way to Jerusalem or Beersheba. So the story goes that Lawrence of Arabia once made the great big trek up from way south of Amman to try and blow one of these enormous bridges. He failed. But the reason for that, of course, is if he took out one of those enormous bridges, that would cut off the whole supply route of the Turkish army. But of course it was when our soldiers came up the Jordan Valley to Semakh railway station, which is at the bottom here of the Sea of Galilee, that the railway was finally completely taken. And by the way, while you stand here looking at this amazing view, I'm actually standing at a bunker of where there was a full-on garrison here of the Syrian army before 1967. Underneath me here, you can still see the trench lines are still here. The barbed wire, everything is still here from 1967, when of course the Syrians were pushed back beyond the Golan Heights. Soon after taking Semakh, the Anzacs came around the Sea of Galilee to take Tiberias, and they did so quite easily. However, they found it riddled with cholera. Consequently, very few of our troops actually stayed in the town before they moved out northward toward Damascus. Today it's a vibrant little city resting on the shores of one of the prettiest and well-known lakes in the world. Although many buildings remain here from the Ottoman era, little else serves as a reminder of a war fought over 90 years ago between countries and empires that today have no place here at all.